Well, hello. Here I am again. Anyway, doing some healing out here in nature today. And I have not been eating well. I've eaten so much cheese that I think I've gained about 8 pounds. It's like, I'm not supposed to freaking eat cheese. I'm not supposed to eat cheese. I'm definitely not supposed to eat meat. I haven't eaten any meat, but I ate a fucking lot of cheese and it's not good for you. Anyway, I'm just out here, and a month ago I was here, and I stayed at this particular place, and man, this was magical. It was really a good time of my journey that I've been on, and anyway, so I came back here because I had a couple nights free rooms. I'm still trying to get rid of the car. I keep giving them back and he telling me to. Anyway, I appreciate having a ride, but I don't need his car. I got my coat. I might get a skateboard scooter and ride down the street. Ride down the street on that. Anyway, I look back at some of my videos. I was just watching that one about where it talked about going scuba diving, and if you come up too fast, they break. Anyway, I was freaking dying laughing. Sometimes I laugh so much at myself. But I do look back at these videos, and I could see, that I missed so much stuff, and because I'm usually stoned, and so I wrote a few notes when I just went back. I watched 2 videos, I think, and I wrote little notes. I was like, well, that's not right. You didn't finish telling the story. So anyway, then I look back and I'm like, oh, where was I a month ago? I did my self-love tour video when I was out looking for the big blue moon thing, and then it wouldn't work on Facebook, and I could only put it out on whatever that other thing is, YouTube or whatever. I like it all. I like it all. Anyway, so then I did that self-love tour. I talked about Bridger, and I talked about Bishop Mons and his family, and I talked about a lot of people that really touched my life and everything. So anyway, I'm sitting here today, and I wanted to tell somebody who was one of my... I wanted to be you because you were so cool. And your name, I don't know what your maiden name was. I know you as Lisa Hallam. Lisa Hallam. And then you were like Lisa Jacks, but I can't remember what. Help, your help. Bond help. Yeah, your dad used to like mow the yard in a no shirt and barefoot. I remember now. Isn't that funny what you freaking remember? Anyway, you were always one of my secret people I wanted to be. I really like, in that era of my life, I really liked that Sheena Easton singer, the Morning Train Girl, and I really liked that Bridget Nelson that was on that Rocky show. And I really liked Belinda Carlisle because she was cute. She had short hair. So anyone that had short hair I thought was fucking great. Like Halle Berry when she came out, man, she had that beautiful short hair. And she just was beautiful. And anyway, some women look really good in short hair. I actually do look good in short hair. Maybe when I get finished with my surgery through massage and sun and burning my face off and putting it back on. Anyway, see, I went on the tangent and I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, Lisa, I just loved you, and you worked at James and Company, and I always wanted you to do my hair, but for some reason, Mom always made it with someone else. But I always said, I want her, Mom. And I think you did my hair one time, and oh man, it was so cute. It was so cute. Anyway, and then a little while later, you did this big thing up there, the Elks Club or something, and you let Jim Reinhardt give you a flat top in front of everybody. I thought you were so neat because you could wear a fucking flat top better than anyone with this long, luscious hair had. Anyway, I like hair. So, this is kind of funny. You were married to that Bobby Hallam, and you know, I remember when you married him, I was kind of pissed off. That fucking idol of mine married my man. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't even know him. I was just a little girl, and he was a guy that sold cars, and my mom liked cars, and that's how I knew him. But anyway, I had a crush on him, so anyway, you married him, and I always thought you were just beautiful. That's funny, though, about that Bobby thing. I remember, because I was always fucking alone, married to men that were never there and stuff, so I remember I had this thing for old Val Kilmer, you know, the one, not Tom Cruise, no, not him, but that cutie that was on that Top Gun. Oh man, I really had a really big crush on him, and he was in several shows, and the Doors show, I was just like, I was just infatuated with him. I thought he was fucking great. Then all of a sudden I see you have a wife, and I immediately, of course, did not like her. And I remember thinking, what would you want with her when you could have me? Isn't that funny? That's what you dream sometimes, you know. Oh. So anyway, Lisa Hallam, I always just thought you were beautiful, and whatever your name is now, Jax or something like that. There you were last time I knew, and last time I saw you on Facebook that I was friends with you, you were making these like mosaic vases or something that were out on porches. I really wanted one of those. And anyway, you're a classy chick, and you look sad a lot, and I just want you to know what a beautiful spirit you have. I just want to tell you, I really like you. Nikki Hart, I love you. I used to be scared of shit of you because you were scary to me. But I remember my mom and Carly and I used to go to your aerobics band, and you looked great, and you were this big around, and you were skinny, and you were beautiful, and you were like, back then it was like Jamie Lee was beautiful. You were like right up there. You were so cool. And anyway, one time, I think my mom said, you have a beautiful figure. And you looked at her, and you kind of gave her this look like, well, whatever, you know, you didn't really give a shit what she thought, but you really didn't like, well, I should. Well, yeah, because you had discipline, and you worked on it, and that's why. And I like that. I like that you were kind of cocky. So, anyway, years and years later, I always admired you, and you had cool cars, and you looked happy, and anyway, I always liked you. And then you started coming to me for your hair, and I felt special. Because I saw that sometimes people can have a real rough exterior, and then all of a sudden you get to know them, and they're such a beautiful person. And you made my children some quilts. A lot of people did. Mrs. Elliott, of course, but you made my kids 2 quilts. I don't know if my daughter has hers anymore, but my son has his. He calls it his cowboy blanket, and he's had it forever. And I think you also made me some kind of dish or something. But anyway, I just want to tell you, I just thought you were fantastic. And then I forgot, because I told you I took notes this time. There was this, the story when I was talking about my hairdo, Mike Coyle's cute hairdo. And we were at the winter fair, and there was like a karaoke thing. And that reminds me, I wanted to talk about 3 special people. I used to do your hair, Margaret, Mary Alexander, and Marcia Killinger. I loved you guys. And you know what, I remember, I thought it was really, really neat, because it was like the first day of the winter fair when nobody goes or whatever, and and you guys took it, and you came to see me sing, and you guys were shocked. You were like, Bridget, we didn't know you could sing like that. And my sister was first, and she's like sang like King Kong, beautiful, wonderful voice thing. And then I got up there and did my little dumb songs. I have like 3 or 4 that I did. Anyway, I always loved you guys, and you guys were very loyal, and I just loved you. I remember when I moved to Las Vegas, I came in, and you guys gave me a card, and it was funny. It was about a boob job, and an old lady with saggy skin. The only thing left was that. Anyway, I told you everybody always knew about my boob job. I loved you guys too. So anyway, we're at the winter fair, and I was talking about hair, and then we were at this karaoke thing, and there's this really cute girl that I just used to love it. She had this cutest accent. I don't know what her name is now, but I think it used to be Lisa Darby, Peddler or something, Lisa Darby. Anyway, she was adorable, and she was like, I remember the stairs, they were like, you folded them in, and they were kind of like tan or brown or something, and she was sitting up there, and me and Mike come in, and I mean, Mike was fucking drop dead gorgeous, but I was talking about his hair, you know, and here I come in my cute little mini skirt that I bought, and here's Mike, and he has this, what do you call that really sexy guy, on Pretty Woman? Richard Gere. He had like that Richard Gere, gray, beautiful, you know, it looks really good on guys, and his hair is fucking perfect. And when I started dating him, I used to go clean his house. He had like, it was that really good stuff called Baboon, man. That fucking shit smelled good. Anyway, he had this shaving spray, but I went to go, you know, clean up his bathroom or something. I opened the cupboard. There were like 40 empty bottles. He had prettier hair than all of us. Anyway, that's what that Lisa Darby said. She goes, God, I thought she looked beautiful. She had pretty hair, but that man has prettier hair than me. Anyway, he was beautiful. I was talking about my scissors. I didn't finish that story the other day either. If they wouldn't have stolen my scissors, I could go out here on the corner or on the edge of the desert or something where there's no jurisdiction and give like dollar haircuts or something. But they stole my scissors, so I can't do that. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm talking about fun stuff. Oh, I was gonna. I never finished this story. I'll watch this one like last night, and it was about. I said there were 3 times in my life where I ever wanted to fight someone. The first time I was with Nicole Mormon, and my arm wouldn't work, and we were fighting over something stupid. And anyway, that time we never got in a fight. I tried to hit her, but my arm wouldn't work. I was like, what the fuck? It was like a cartoon thing. It was like in slow motion. It didn't work. So anyway, her, and then, this is how I know judo, taekwondo, and whatever. Oh. Anyway, I came home after some really bad shit, and I got really drunk, and I came to the house in Lander. And I was really drunk, and my dad was really upset. But my mom, man, she was hot. She knew she was gonna do whatever she could. So anyway, she was being a bitch, and she was cussing me out, and it was bad. Anyway, I ended up. Anyway, my dad was like, his biggest thing is I was with this guy that was beating me really bad in front of my children. And my dad was he was just fed up with me. And I remember he took his coffee cup and he went down on this glass table. Not hard enough that it would shatter, but I think his emotions, or my emotions, one of them, because it was all emotions. I mean, that glass table shattered in a million pieces. And my dad looked at his coffee and he goes, I didn't hit that hard. But it was the inertia, the energy, anyway, bad shit happened, and my mom ended up calling the cops on me, and I've never in my life wanted to hit someone or anything. But I was pissed at her. I was fucking pissed at her. The only time I've ever physically struck anybody. And Scott Luther had me with my arms behind my back. And my mom was across the way here. And my dad, I think, was sitting over here. But I could see I was in plain fucking shot of that bitch. And I used the weight of Scott Luther's body, and I did this kickboxing thing where my legs flipped up in the air, and I almost did a backflip on top of Scott Luther, and boom! Anyway, I heard a boom. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, they didn't take me that time to the hospital. They took me to jail. Oh, goddamn. Can you believe that? So anyway, I got to jail and laid there and said I wanted to kill myself for 10 hours or 4 hours or something. They finally came, got me, and took me to the back of the house. Anyway, I had to clarify that. So that was one time I hurt somebody. It was documented. I was charged for it. Charges were dropped if I did this, and this, and this. So I did that, and it was all dropped. So anyway, that was the second time. And one time, me and Jojo, he was getting a little handsy and a little aggressive with me. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was trying to do something with my arms. And all of a sudden, my hands did this like slip of the wrist thing, and I got a different grip on him, and he tried to stop me. I mean, he's a big fucker, and I'm just a little shit. And my grip was so strong, he could not move. And he looked at me with those, whatever kind of eyes you want to call those things. Anyway, that was, I didn't want to hurt him, but that was one time I fought back. So, Nicole Mormon, my mom, and I'm sorry that I kicked you in the boob. Hard. I paid my fine, my crimes, and was out of time. And then I wanted to talk about, I have clairs. I have lots of clairs. Sometimes I grab objects, I see things. Sometimes I smell things. Sometimes I feel things. Sometimes I feel energy. Sometimes I see energy, like an aura around people, or kind of a discolored face, or sunken skin, almost like zombie-like stuff. I mean, I can just see a difference in people. But one thing is, I was trying to talk about, there's a smell. And when I had a story about this a long time ago, about my mom, and she kept saying, something died in this house and I can't find it. And, man, we all thought she was fucking crazy. And she just rambled on and on and on, and we're all looking everywhere, every fucking where for something dead. She's like, I know it's a mouse, it's fucking in here, it's here. Man, one day, we here's the vent and some screws and a screwdriver, and the house smells like fucking pine saw. Oh, and a fan with fan blades and shit. Anyway, my mom searched it out to behind a fan where one of us hit the switch, because a lot of times it wasn't it was right by the light switch, and so sometimes we miss. You know how you miss a switch sometimes. Anyway, one of us got it, and it got caught in the fan and it died in there. Anyway, that smell, I always remember that smell. And I remember that smell at a lot of these places I have mentioned, especially out of the lady with a lot of cats and lambs. That smell in the bottom of the junior high, that smell. But something I've just recently got, and I don't know which Claire's are which. I mean, I don't know. I hear Claire audience, and I guess that's a smell. But audience to me means ear. So, see, I don't know shit. But anyway, but this smell, I'm starting to smell that same smell on people and where I go. I smell it. So I got a good smeller. I remember when I was a little kid, there was a $1 million man and $1 million woman. And it was like some lady that looked like Farrah Fawcett or something. Lindsay Wagner, I think. Anyway, she was a bionic woman. And I used to pretend that I had a bionic ear and bionic eyes and that I could be invisible. And yeah, that stuff's a lot more real than you think. But anyway, I'm on the self-love tour, so I need to give someone a little appreciation, because, you know, when I did take my cosmetology test and get 100% right, I had this teacher. Later, I found out she's a gang stalker bitch. But anyway, they couldn't do hair, by the way. And anyway, she was my teacher, and she was trying to give us clues so we could pass our anatomy test. Well, I was always good at that shit, and I always got 100% on all that shit anyway. But she said, olfactory nerve is your smelling. And we're like, and someone's like, well, how do you learn that? She goes, oh, I think like you're driving through a dark wooded area, and there's an olfactory, and it has burning coming out of the snacks. Olfactory. So anyway, thanks for that, lady. No. So I always could remember that olfactory. Anyway. Oh, and then I wanted to talk about someone else too. Someone that's been my friend for a long, long time. I never got to work with her, I don't think. But I cheered with her, and she was my friend. And I've got to see her recently over the last few years. A very nice girl. And has a nice husband. And men out there, you need to look at this couple and see how they treat each other. Now, I'm sorry if I'm not talking about your sister and stuff and her husband, because I like those people too. But I'm talking about you and your Tracy and Kelly. Yeah, Tracy Eckhart. He treats you like a princess. He always treats you like a lady. I've seen it when you guys didn't even know I was around, like when I worked at the Golden West Casino and I saw the way he walked with you. He's proud. So anyway, men, that's a good example of a good man and a sweet girl. And then I wanted to talk about this other girl. When I was in cheerleading, I loved that damn cheerleading shit. It was fucking fun. And there was this other girl, and I didn't mention her the other day because I forgot, because I was just trying to name names off the top of my head. She was in my class. Her name was Cheryl Cleveland, and she got on the cheerleading team too. And she was kind of like me. She wasn't very good at learning the cheers, but she eventually learned, and she was a good asset of the team, and she had her own sweet spirit. But they were not nice to her, just like they weren't nice to, everybody's nice to me there. But anyway, I could feel bad energy sometimes. See, I just got my thumbtack, and I put my my saggy face up. Anyway, they were mean to her, and you know, you hear what people say, but then nobody tells them. And I didn't tell her or anything, but I remember I quit at the end of that year. I got the next year to be a cheerleader too, and I should have did it because my friend Andrea got to be a cheerleader that year. And Michelle Green, I think too, but I didn't get to cheer with them, but I got to share with all you, and I just loved you. But anyway, Cheryl, you always inspired me because of all the setbacks and people were mean and stuff. It really inspired me, and you're a very talented person, and you're very smart. And your dad was one of the best people in the world. My dad loved him. And then I never knew your mother, but then she started coming to me for her hair, and I just loved her. I'm a very nice lady. Oh, and I wanted to bring up something because I talked about something on some video when I spoke about Juanita Berg, the gorgeous. I was talking about Mrs. Harris and then Mr. Berg, and I think her name was Gorgeous or Georges or something, and then she married Mr. Berg. Anyway, I wanted to tell you I ended up doing your hair, and I just loved you, and I never was mad at you for covering up my keys anymore. And Andrea Kinney, I loved you too. Yeah, my brother kind of had me scared of your class, and I really liked it, except you made us do that fucking speech shit. And then I wanted to bring up something, because I'm on the self-love tour. Oh, it's already 25 minutes. We're going to cut this short. Anyway, Evie, I love you. I remember when Gina said, Bridge, can you hire her up? She's going to come and hire her up. I was like, I didn't really need anybody, but we made it work. I think I brought in that extra station. I just loved you, and you were great. And you know, when shit really, really, really went bad in my life, when it really went bad in my life, when I lost my kids and I moved away, and you knew I didn't want to go. You knew. And anyway, then I ended up in the hospital, and you let me come work for you. And good people that I had done their hair for years and let come live with me and fed their whole family and helped them build shit and donated here and, you know, all that. When they called to get a haircut, you're like, I don't have time, but Bridgie does. And they would say, oh no, I'll wait for you. And it hurt me, but I blew it the fuck off. But Evie, that made you so mad. You're like these same people that were loyal to you and with a little bit of gossip. And I appreciate you for that. And I love you. I always have. You're one girl that I hope didn't have a thing with my ex-husband. Because I love you and I love your sisters. And I loved your mama. And I liked your dad. I remember he brought in the very first digital camera, you know. And I was way back into politics back then. Gulf War went on up, bought Fox News, and Joel Kinney set me all up and everything. And you know, Joel Kinney, you really hurt my feelings, but you were one of my favorite customers. And I love doing your hair, and I even had a special cape for you. And I've seen you since, and you haven't been nice to me, so sorry you had to deal with that trauma that you couldn't let whatever you heard go. Anyway, I loved you, and I loved your cars, and I loved your radio station, and I even loved you after you. I had a sale at the video store for 99-cent videos, and then down the street competitor did it for 89 cents on Rick D's when I had the exclusive spot. Whatever, I don't care. I remember though. Some people's money is shinier than others. Oh, and I gotta I gotta get off this damn thing. I thought of something. When I lived in this RV, when all this really heavy gang stalking shit started going on off of St. George Boulevard, I kept getting this dude's mail, this Nathaniel Frost. Well, I kept getting his mail and saying I had accounts and shit linked with this Nathaniel Frost. Well, this Nathaniel Frost, I like reported to the post office that it wasn't my mail and he doesn't live here and I don't know who this is or whatever. Well, this name popped up a couple years ago, and the St. George Police Department tracked me down because they wanted me to be a witness for the state against Nathaniel Frost that stole a bunch of debit cards, money and stuff, and they found him at a tattoo place or whatever. Well, I looked up shit about Nathaniel Frost, and everything was locked out to me. But anyway, this Nathaniel Frost name keeps coming up with some account numbers and some stuff, and I don't think old Nathaniel, I think that might be a fictional character. I mean, we might need to look into some old life insurance shit and some linked account numbers for that shit too. Yeah, a little bit of meditation and stuff really is good. But anyway, what else I was going to talk about? I've never knew anything about astrology. I still don't know. All I knew is, like, I was a Cancer and I hated it because I knew you wore your heart on your sleeve and you were an emotional mess and you were never steady. That was my sign, and I knew that I hated my sign, so I hated astrology. Well, now I pay attention, and you do feel different on different cycles of the moon. And I did get to see the strawberry moon the other day, but I did notice that was not strawberry when I saw it was more golden. So I was hoping to look up there for a big pink thing like I was looking for the blue thing that one day. And I remembered something about astrology, and I got an astrology reading, and I'm finally understanding about life paths and how life paths and houses and stuff. I'm finally understanding that a little bit. It's hard because I don't get online. I just start understanding. I don't know how. But I remember the LDS people, they never did a patriarchal blessing on me. But that's what you get done when you're a little kid. You get a patriarchal blessing. That's what that is. It's an astrology chart reading. I keep having deep intellectual conversations with, like, strangers about the Ethiopian Bible and the Jewish religion and Buddha. I mean, and I have this incredible fascination with monks and Asian history, and I just keep going in these deep conversations about Enoch and stuff. And I gotta cut this off because I gotta go. But anyway, I gotta go deliver the car and try to get rid of it. And that's just wasted days and wasted nights. That's not my song. I like that fucking song. Okay. 4 other people I want to really talk about. Dr. Phipps, Carissa Phipps, Courtney, and Whitney. I loved you guys. I loved you guys. I loved your family. I loved you people. You were the best freaking people. I loved you guys. I'll never forget, when I had my shop, I hired Carissa to come and do my windows and do these beautiful, I mean, it was expensive, but I didn't care. She loved doing it, and people would drive by just to see what my window looked like that month, or the quarter or something. I mean, it was kind of fun. I loved you. And I'll never forget when Allie was born, I got this big, huge, like this big, and in fact, it was a laundry basket, and later that became my favorite laundry basket for my kids' little blankets and stuff, but it had every little thing that you could need for a little kid in that basket. And then you had it wrapped up so special with your special stuff. I loved you, and I loved your girls. And I know that sometimes they had their struggles, but I loved your family. So I wanted to talk about that. I'm going to have to probably do some more later. Oh, I was really pissed. I had stayed at this place, and I was really excited because they had these, last time I stayed there, they had these waffle bathrobes. And I loved them. So anyway, when I'm on my being careful money, for a little extra fee with my free room, I could get an upgrade suite. And that's the room that had the special bathroom. Anyway, so I paid the extra fee and shit, and I don't have any fucking bathroom. That's all. You could get one on Amazon for $20, but you know what? Yeah, I don't have an address, so that don't work. Anyway, my storage is getting full, so I'll let you go. Bye-bye.